At first, it was just rain. Nothing out of the ordinary for Central Texas, where summer storms often come and go like passing shadows. But this one didn't leave. It hovered. It grew. It poured down in sheets, like the sky itself had cracked open and was dumping its entire weight on the earth. What started as scattered showers quickly escalated into something biblical. By the time people realized what was happening, it was too late. Rivers had risen. Bridges had vanished. Roads turned into raging torrents. And in just a few terrifying hours, entire towns were swallowed by water. It was July 2025, and Texas had already seen a brutal summer, but no one expected the flood to hit with such sudden fury. Between July 4th and July 13th, a series of storm systems brought an astonishing 20 inches of rain to parts of central Texas. The ground, already saturated from weeks of earlier rainfall, couldn't absorb another drop. And so the water surged into homes, into businesses, into every corner of communities built too close to rivers that had long been forgotten. But nature never forgets. In the hill country, the Guadalupe River swelled beyond imagination. At its peak, it rose over 40 feet above normal levels. Small towns like Comfort, Hunt, and Ingram were devastated, but it was Camp Mystic, a popular summer retreat for teens, that became the epicenter of tragedy, as floodwaters surged through the camp in the dead of night. Cabins were torn from their foundations. Panicked counselors tried to rescue children clinging to bunk beds and rafters. But the current was merciless. Many were swept downstream, their bodies later recovered miles away. Others remain missing, their names now etched into a growing list of the lost. Emergency services were overwhelmed. Roads were impassable. Boats became the only way in or out. Helicopters hovered overhead, plucking stranded families from rooftops. Videos began flooding social media, people screaming for help, clinging to trees, watching their homes disappear in seconds. And yet, even as the rescue efforts escalated, the rain didn't stop. It kept falling relentless, as if the sky itself had declared war. In total, 145 people lost their lives in what is now called the deadliest inland flood in the United States since 1976. Hundreds more were injured, thousands displaced. And with over 100 people still missing, the death toll may continue to rise. But beyond the numbers, what haunts the survivors is how preventable so much of it was. For years, experts had warned that Central Texas was vulnerable to catastrophic flooding. The region's unique landscape, steep hills, narrow river channels, makes it a flash flood hotspot. In 2024, the state even drafted a comprehensive flood infrastructure plan. But action was delayed. Budgets were slashed, and the systems meant to save lives never materialized. The public outcry was swift. Families demanded answers. Why were there no flood alerts sent out in time? Why weren't the low-lying areas evacuated? And why, after decades of smaller warnings, had nothing been done to prepare for something this big? The state responded by calling a special legislative session. Lawmakers promised reform, funding, and change. But for many, it was too little too late. The damage was done. The trust was broken. Federal agencies, too, came under fire. Already stretched thin from ongoing disasters across the country, was slow to mobilize. The agency's director made a rare public appearance in San Antonio, facing a grieving and furious public. Questions were asked, but answers were vague. Bureaucracy had once again collided with crisis, and the result was chaos. But this wasn't just a Texas tragedy. It was a warning to the entire country. Climate change has turned once rare events into regular occurrences. In just the first half of 2025, the U.S. experienced $15 billion disasters, floods, fires, storms, heat waves. Our infrastructure, much of it built decades ago, is failing. Our emergency systems are outdated, and too often, the people paying the price are those living paycheck to paycheck. In overlooked communities, flash floods are especially deadly because they come fast, with little time to react. In some cases, residents had less than 15 minutes from the time the river breached its banks to the moment the water was in their living rooms. And when the power went out, when cell towers failed, many were left completely alone, relying only on instinct and prayer. Families who had lived in these towns for generations watched as memories, photo albums, and heirlooms were swept away in muddy water. Some barely escaped with their lives. Others didn't. The most chilling footage comes from the search and rescue missions. Footage of divers swimming through submerged homes, of children being carried through chest-deep currents, of parents breaking down when the bodies of their loved ones were recovered. There were moments of heroism, too. Volunteer boaters who drove in from hundreds of miles away. Neighbors breaking down fences to rescue the elderly. Nurses setting up mobile clinics on dry patches of highway. But through it all, one question lingered. How did we let this happen? Meteorologists now warn that these storms will only get worse. Warmer oceans and shifting jet streams are fueling supercharged rainfall events. The next flood could hit the Northeast, or the Gulf, or California. It's not a matter of if anymore. It's when. And the systems we rely on are not ready. This is the new reality of a shattered Earth, where nature pushes back harder than ever, and human systems crack under the weight of their own denial. The flood in central Texas wasn't just a storm. It was a symbol, a reckoning, a moment in history that split time into before and after. For those who lived through it, the rain will never sound the same. And for those watching from afar, it's a chilling reminder that water, the very thing that gives us life, can take it away just as swiftly. So now we ask, what will it take for us to finally listen? To build smarter, to warn faster, to prepare better. Because if we don't, the next storm will find us sleeping. And when it does, There may be no time left to run.